Usually I don't post. Usually I don't post, but I want the world to know. Time to pull the drop tops out. Summer nights, it's a vibe, yeah. We've been keeping it in the house.
What's up? Happy Saturday and welcome. Welcome back to the video. Welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. And if you're not new here, thanks for coming back, friend. Today's video is going to be a week of workouts where I take you through my 4-day strength training split and just kind of show you some of the movements and things that I've been doing in the gym. Not too crazy, not too hectic. I'm thinking about there's this trainer that I know. I'm thinking about purchasing a plan or a program from them. Just to kind of give myself a little bit more structure so that I don't have to think about my workouts. But also, I'm selling myself short because I know what to do in the gym. I know how to lock in. I know what has gotten me the physique that I wanted before. It's just that I guess when you go through the motions and you've done it, it kind of becomes mundane or a little boring, and you just want something new. You want to switch it up, which is nothing wrong with switching it up. But I don't know. We're going to think about that. But I'm probably going to talk through these workouts. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if you guys like a talk through or not. Some people have said that they did. Some people have said they haven't. But let me know what you think of this video in the comments. And if there's something else that you want to see from me, let me know. Enjoy the video. Alright guys, it is Monday and I always like to start my Monday out with legs. Here I am adding a resistance band to my warm-ups. I really love using the resistance band because it activates my glutes and it just kind of gets my body warmed up for the movements. I have a desk job, so majority of my day is spent sitting down. I do get up periodically and take breaks because my Apple Watch tells me when to stand. But this kind of activates the muscles and get them ready and gives you, the warm-up that you need. Kind of activates the glutes to get them ready to stand at attention. Here I am doing some landmine squats because would you believe that all the squat racks were taken this day? I mean all 3 of them, and they had been there the entire time I was doing my warm-up, so landmine squats it is. I have a 45 and a 25 pound on there, and I'm feeling like I got too much dip on my chip. Like the bar is already heavy, and then I added that extra weight, which makes it heavy, and it's not distributed equally or evenly. So I'm taking the 25 pound off, and I'm just gonna thug it out with the 45 pound. And also, it's really hard for me to get my feet placement just right with these, but the more I do them, the more comfortable I become with these. These are probably going to become a staple in my workouts going forward. I did some last week and I really enjoyed them, so I'm going to continue doing these. Next up is the hack squats. I think this is called the hack squat machine. I've done these before. You've seen these before. I did about 8 close leg and then wide stance. And by the end, I was totally burnt out. Just exhausted. And so here I am. I think these are the close stance ones. Just kind of giving you a different angle to see what it looks like from the side. It is all quads, honey. All quads. You have to tighten that core and use those quads and that core to push your body back up. I enjoy these. I really do. I'm going to keep these in the rotation as well because I want to be a quadiana. And this is the calf raise machine. This is a super weird angle, but I was trying to figure out where to place the camera in this part. So I apologize for the weird angle, but I did about 6 sets of these with a light weight. I think I had like 30 or 40 pounds. set on the machine. So as you can see right here, it's not a lot of weight on there. But that concludes this leg day. Taco Tuesday. Upper Body Tuesday. I am using my resistance band to warm up my upper body. My shoulders were kind of tight from the previous week. I do stretch, but as I've admitted before, I do not stretch enough. And a warm up is essential to preventing injury and just getting your body ready to perform at its highest. Like, you want to be at peak performance level, so you need to have a good workout. And if your birthday starts with 1-9, like mine does, you can't afford to skip the workout, baby. The warm up. You can't skip your warm up. So I'm just rotating that around, trying to wake the shoulders and the lats up. Even my sides were tight. I can't even lie, like my obliques were super tight. But this is probably like my favorite warm up to do. I love using resistance bands, and again, if you want to see a upper body resistance band workout, let me know, because I got some things in the vault. Like I got some things I could show y'all. Just let me know. Oh, do you see the obliques? They're obliquing. First exercise is the bench press. I never do these, but I said I need to grow up and stop being childish and train chest. So here I am attempting to train chest. One side is obviously stronger than the other because I was able to control it up and down more on one side. And my left side is usually weakest because my right side is my dominant side. But we got it done. I did not go any higher than a 10-pound plate on each side. Just because I was in there by myself, did not have a spot, and these kind of felt shaky, so I didn't want to push it. But next time, I'll maybe try 15 on each side and see how it goes. And I'm doing the same thing, but just with dumbbells this time, and I'm using my core to hold me up and stabilize me. This is a great core exercise as well, because as you can see, those abdominals are engaging. I am keeping my hips up, trying to pretty much support my body weight. The only thing that's on the bench is really my head and maybe like a portion of my shoulders, like the upper body. But most of my body is being supported by the abdominals. This is a great way to build core support and core strength as well. Next up, we have, people call these military press, shoulder press, but I'm seated using 20 pounds. You can't tell from this angle, but my arms are kind of like at a 90-degree angle when I come down. That's just to protect the shoulder. I did superset these with a front raise, and I went down in weight on the front raises. And this is also a great shoulder exercise because you are singling out that one movement and it's strengthening that muscle. I did this superset 4 reps and 10 to 12 sets in each rep. This is an Arnold press. I did drop down in weight in these. I went down to 15-pound dumbbells, and as you can see, it was not easy. And then I went back to this raise for the shoulders. So all in all, solid upper body day. I think I did one more set of Arnold presses. Let's see, I did. And I called it a day after that because I really couldn't take anymore. My upper body just was done. That concludes Upper Body Tuesdays. It's Wednesday, and I started off on the Stairmaster. I was trying to prop my camera up, but it kept sliding and I didn't want it to fall. So short clip here of that. Here I am warming up the hamstrings and the glutes, as this is a hamstring and glute focused day. I'm using this band I got from the X Bands. It's called the Glutezilla. You could actually do a full body workout with this one as well. I am doing some fire hydrants and trying to work on stabilizing my core. Those 10 pounds I gained are definitely showing in this clip, but it is what it is. And these are donkey kicks, just again warming up that lower body. Here I am doing some hip abductors. I usually go high on the reps, and I think I was at 100 pounds resistance on the machine. I really, really love these because it gives you a great burn. It is also great for glute activation. So if you want to do these the day that you do your back squats or your glute focus leg days, this would be a really, really good warm up for that as well. Very, very good burn. And because the gym was crowded, I had to go out of order. Here I am doing some hamstring curls. I got 30 pounds on each side, which is a big thing for me, okay? And right now we are doing some B stance or single leg RDLs. Camera placement is kind of tricky over here by the squat rack because of the lighting and then the traffic, people walking by. I just didn't want it to get knocked down. So hopefully you can get the gist of the motion. Here you could see that the right leg is slightly back and the left leg is taking all of the weight. I had to adjust my clothes, honey, because the pants were coming down. But yeah, you can see that now I switch legs, but you can see which leg is taking all the weight and which one is doing all the work. I love doing unilateral work just because I recognize that one side of my body is a lot weaker and I want to fix that. So if you're not doing unilateral work, you need to start incorporating that into your routine. And here we are considering our decisions that we have been making because my God, today, no, for real, we're going to get on the hip thrust machine, glute thrust machine, whatever you want to call it. But it also targets the hamstrings and the glutes. And I think I have two 45-pound plates on each side. I've really been trying to test my limits with this machine also because I'm trying to build my hamstrings up or at least tone them up so that the muscle definition shows. Yeah, two 45 pounds. I started out with one 45-pound plate and then I did about two sets with that, and then I worked my way up and added another one, and I think I did 3 or 4 sets with the 2 plates. Here I'm doing, I think these are seated leg curls. These also are good for the hamstrings, which is probably why I'm so sore today, because I really pushed it on these. I think that is 50 or 60 pounds resistance set on that machine. But it was a pretty decent workout. I enjoyed it. I'm telling you now, I'm reaping the benefits. And I'm sore still. I think this was Thursday and today is Saturday maybe. I don't know. But I ended this with a walk. I wanted to walk on a treadmill, but I didn't have my walking shoes, so they were in the car. So I got in the car and I just went walking through a neighboring community, and I did about a mile, just trying to get up to 10K steps a day, and I've been getting close each day, if not hitting it every day. On this day, I think I got like 14K steps, and every other day when I don't hit 10, I'm at least at 8, which is a decent amount in my opinion. Really good. But the weather was nice. I enjoyed this walk. The scenery was very pretty compared to my neighborhood, so I might start walking here more often. They're doing some construction, so you can see the machines behind me. I think they're laying out some fiber optic lines for a new cable service provider, probably AT&T. And yeah, this was pretty good. There were a lot of hills to go up and down, which I enjoyed. And yeah, I love nature. I love being outside. I don't like the snakes and the bugs, but I absolutely love being outside. Thursday, it is my last training day of the week, and I'm starting off with the Stairmaster. I usually like to start my workouts with at least 10 to 15 minutes of cardio, just to get my blood pumping, blood flowing. And I know that if I go ahead and get that cardio out of the way, I won't have to skip it at the end, because that is definitely what's going to happen if I don't do it ahead of time. Okay. And here we are on to the workout. I'm doing that same warm up from earlier this week. I'm just using the PVC pipe that was in the gym. This is just more rigid or more structured than that resistance band. I still prefer the resistance band, don't get me wrong, but this was just out of convenience. And here I am doing some seated rows. Baby, as you can tell, the weight was heavy. I think this was probably like my second or third set of these, and I think I had it set to maybe 80 or 90 pounds. I'm not sure. I usually cap it at 70, but today I felt like doing the most or doing a little more. And so here we are. It was also very hot in that gym, but nevertheless, we pushed on. I'm trying to do a pause here, but the weights are winning, which should have prompted me to go down. And I think I did the next go around, because I wasn't able to properly squeeze to keep the tension on my back muscles. Ooh, booty sweat. It was a tough one, I'm telling you. So yeah, as you can see, I went down in the weight. Probably not enough, but my back is one of the things that is hardest to grow or to tone. Like, my quads are finally showing definition. And my back used to be my most favorite thing to train when I first started my fitness journey. So I just need to tap back into that and put more emphasis on training back. Here we're doing straight arm lat pull downs. I will never skip these. You will never catch me in the gym training back and I'm not doing this exercise. I feel it in my sides of my back, like the sides. I also feel it in the upper back and in my obliques. Here we're doing some face pulls. I realize these are more shoulder, but there's also, like, if you squeeze at the end of that movement, you can feel it in your upper back. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm just letting you know what has worked for me. I have worked out with a personal trainer before, and I have had a trainer before, and these were always programmed in my back days. Here's another angle of the face pulls. I like using the rope extension. Some people like to use straps, but I just like the rope. I don't know why. It's just my favorite. And then we move on to front raises, and then I think I did a superset with these, but by this time I was so exhausted. I was so tired. I had to crank up the playlist. Like, I had to switch it up a little bit and throw on some rap. As you can see, I'm down here huffing and puffing. Had to put in a fresh piece of gum, and I had to turn this song on. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it got me through this segment of the workout. And then I'm doing upright rows, one right, one left, and then both at the same time. This is also good for shoulders, but also good for your upper back as well. I'm using 20 pounds because that 20 pounds gets heavy after you've lifted it so many times. And I didn't want to compromise my form. I am a stickler for form. If the weight compromises my form, I'm putting the weight down. And then I ended with some push-ups. Right now I'm doing push-ups on the bench because I just cannot do them on the floor. I don't know why. My core just ain't there yet, but we're getting there, because I just think I did 4 sets of as many as I could do. That included 6 sometimes, and sometimes that included 8, and I think one time that was 4. But that concludes this workout for this day and our week of workouts. All right, friends, that was my week of workouts. 4 solid days of strength training in the gym. I believe I hit upper twice, lower twice, so I'm pretty pleased. I'm actually still pretty sore from the week's workouts, especially my hamstrings, because I really pushed and I added weight because I'm really trying to see what I can do, but I'm doing it safely. I'm not being reckless about it. But thank you so much for watching.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with others who may need some guidance or a little motivation. Hopefully this helps them jumpstart their fitness journey or even add a little bit of a spark into their already existing one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.